Hello Internet, my name is Hazel from Hazelnuttygames. It is actually Saturday, so welcome to vlog time. This week, last night actually, we had the Diablo 3 Season 3 launch starting at 6 p.m. Pacific. I had a very special night staying up. I wanted to stay up all night. I made it until like 2 o'clock in the morning, and then I was just not at a coherent level to continue saying things. I started to die a lot, so I went to bed. And it was fun, and we made it to 70. I had some friends, we did a stream. It was an experience, and I think I'm done. I think I made it to 70. I had a fun night, and I think I just have too much going on to dump the kind of time you need to dump into Diablo to actually get the gear to actually get to where you start to do interesting things. And I'm not even sure if they're going to be that interesting if I get there. So I'm just going to leave it alone for now, but I had a blast, and that was something. My cat is like, yeah. So that was fun. What else? Tomorrow, the Game of Thrones TV show is coming back. If any of you haven't watched it for whatever reason, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you don't have that in your life, but I'm very excited about it. It feels weird not having The Walking Dead to watch, because I got actually really into The Walking Dead this last season, and now I feel like there's a bit of a hole in my life. I keep going back to the subreddit, and there's just nothing on there because the show's over for now. So it'll be very exciting to have Game of Thrones back to fill that void. And yeah, and I'm catching up on the Walking Dead comics just to kind of fill some time with that and sort of get my zombie fix, because I miss it. And I managed to borrow the compendiums from a friend of mine, and I'm like halfway through the second compendium, and man, that is a violent book. They're good. The comics are really good. So that has been something. But yeah, I can't wait for Game of Thrones. I still need to play the Telltale game. I think I'm gonna do it not on Twitch, just for YouTube. Those will come out at some point. I'm still not going to guarantee a time frame because I don't want to rush them, but I will do that. I haven't forgotten about it. I will do it one day, soon. I'm taking cues from Blizzard here. So that should be fun. I finally, in WoW, after having done, it's probably been like 2 or 3 weeks of streaming Arena pretty regularly and having lots of people come into my stream chat and give me advice of things to do or things not to do or places I can go and, you know, whatever. But I finally reworked my key bindings. I play with, I have this thing. I have a Logitech G, what is this? This is a G, oh, I used to sell these things, I should know this. I know my gamepad is a G13, so this is like a G, it's a G something, it's a G mouse, and then I have one of these things for my actual keybinds and stuff, and then it's got a little joystick that you can use for movement, for like your WASD or your WAE basically. So so that's what I use, and for the longest time I figured I have 17 buttons on my mouse, and then I have like 22, 3, 4, I have like 24-ish buttons on this thing. I can't possibly need any more keybinds, so I wasn't running with any kind of modifiers. And I was using mouse over macros to heal in Arena because that's just kind of what I had left over from raiding, and it's just not the most efficient thing to do. And then on my Hunter, I was actually clicking to change targets, and it's not like I was clicking on my abilities, but when you're running fast target switches and trying to like peel on the off target and stuff, not so hot. So finally, I reworked everything. I set aside 2 keys on this thing as modifiers, and I set aside the mouse scroll wheel to targeting functions for both healing and damaging depending on which character I'm on. So I'm very excited about that. I have, it's going to take me some time to wrap my fingers around these new things, and I still need to set up some shift macros so that I can fit everything back onto my bars, because I had to boot a couple things to make room for those modifiers. I need to make a couple more macros, and it is going to take me, I think, a good solid couple of weeks to get these new macros and these new targeting functions under my fingers. But I just have this feeling that it's one of those things, like the first time that you learn about not keyboard turning, the first time you learn about not clicking on your abilities, or the first time that you learn about, I don't know, stuff that it seems like it seems unnecessary when you're on the before side of it. And you get kind of irritated at all the people telling you to switch because you feel they're kind of just like elitist and they don't know you, but then you switch and you're like, oh, this is what they're talking about. This is actually so much better. I feel like I'm much more capable of this game now. So I feel like once I've gotten used to these new key bindings, I should be better. I'm hoping it raises the ceiling that I'll be able to get to before I go, well, this is as good as I'm going to get. So I did that. Our guild, and the rating side of things, we finally got Blast Furnace down. We got Heroic Blast Furnace down, so we're now 9 of 10 Heroic. Black Hand looks like it is going to be a fun time, and I'm a little concerned about what happens after that, because once we're done with Heroic Black Hand, we're either going to fall apart, because I've heard of guilds doing that, like they finish their difficulty and then they're like, well, I guess there's nothing here to do. We're going to go play Magical Puppy Palace or whatever it is that the kids are playing these days. So we're either going to fall apart at that point, or we're going to recruit for Mythic, and I've never raided at a old school Heroic or new school Mythic difficulty. I've seen people doing it. Looks like a thing. I mean, I'm sure we could do it, but it looks like I'm going to have to start paying attention in raids, so that should be fun. But yeah, Heroic Blast Furnace went down, and that was a very fun fight of the Shadow Priest. I managed to squeak out like 55k, and that felt good, so that was that, and yeah, it's like mid-April now. So, well, coming up in mid-April. Tomorrow is the like estimated last frost date for my area. So I need to start thinking about potting out my plants, and getting them onto the balcony. I'm so excited to get them into like big. I want to give them lots of room to grow. I want to let them get really, really big and get lots of peppers. And then like, oh, I'm so excited. I have a whole windowsill here behind these curtains. You can't really see it. And if I open the window, the sun would actually blind us all and we just die right on the floor here. But behind these curtains, I have like I think I have almost 10 different plants that cover like 4 or 5 different species of peppers. And I'm just so excited to give them all a nice home outside. So that should be fun. And then I have 2 little itty bitty baby ones that are still on a lamp because they sprouted super, super late. I didn't think they were actually going to sprout. I was so dubious that they would sprout that I actually forgot that I had them in a little tray on the heat mat. And by the time I found them, they were very, very leggy and almost dead, but I've nursed them back to health. They're still super leggy little baby pepper plants. Here, I can show you. Still super, super little leggy itty bitty baby pepper plants, but I figure if when I repot them, I bury them up to the first set of true leaves, they should, all of that extra stem should just turn into roots and they should be just fine, so that'll be fun. Yeah. Baby peppers, I love baby plants. They're just so cute. Okay, so questions. Which now that we're doing this, it's occurred to me I probably should have looked up ahead of time. I got one from email. Hang on, let me pull this up here. All right, Saturday vlog question. Whatever happened to the idea, and this is from Brittany, whatever happened to the idea for a separate Hazelnutty Life channel? Sounded awesome, and even if the content was more casual and less frequent, it would be a nice supplement to the main channel, and would love to see more Let's Plays, okay? So, about what happens to the Hazelnutty Life channel. So, I actually made it, but I haven't put any art or assets or videos up on it yet, so it's not really a thing just yet. I do want to get that off the ground, but the thing is, I think it's going to be some time because when I was actually, oh kitty, don't bite me. When I was actually planting those peppers that I was just talking about, I decided to film the little potting process so that I can make like a little itty bitty pepper video. And I did so on my iPhone because I don't have any cameras other than the webcam, which is kind of locked here in my office. So I did it on my iPhone, and apparently it's a lot harder to do something with one hand while holding your camera with the other hand, because I don't even have a tripod for it. And I tried perching it on like a box, and that didn't work very well. And the basic idea of it is to make videos that are not necessarily game related. I'm gonna need some more equipment. Unless maybe makeup tutorials I might be able to do here in front of my webcam, but that would require me to be better at makeup, and I have like 2 looks that I do, so yeah, so this is what the video looks like. Just, I kept it, so I threw in a snippet here. So this is what it actually looks like when I try and one-hand iPhone, one-hand dirt spoon. So yeah, that's why Hazelnutty Life isn't off the ground yet. It hasn't died, it will happen one day, but I think what I need for that is I need an actual camera, and then like a little itty bitty baby tripod to perch it on. So that's something that's on my list for one day, but it's not in the budget for right now. So I'm gonna take it easy a little bit on that and try and catch up on some of the video stuff that I want to do for the channel, and of course keeping up with live streams, which have been a bit of a time sink, but very, very fun. So that is what happened to that. And Paolo wants to know, what is your favorite class in spec to play? So I'm one of those people that I have been trying to figure that out for, I think I've been playing WoW for 5 years now, 4 or 5 years. I've been trying to figure that out for 5 years. And in the process of trying to figure that out, I have, kitty, no. I basically tried almost everything, and I'm kind of at a point in my WoW career now where I think I might know, but it really depends on what I'm doing. If we're going to talk about this from a rating point of view, which I think we are, I'm very surprised to find out that my very favorite class in spec to play is actually a Shadow Priest. I always had myself pegged as a healer. I healed all through Wrath, all through Kata, all through Mob, basically. and I was a healer, that's what I played, so I was very surprised to find out how much I really clicked with being a Shadow Priest. In the past, I always found being a DPS in raids to be much too mechanical, much too you learn how to do this exact thing, and you stand there and you do it, and you do these mechanics, and it felt very, like, stiff and laid out and predetermined, whereas healing felt more like an actual skill set. But something about Shadow Priest just really tickles me in all the right places, so I would say that is my favorite spec in class if we're looking at it from a rating point of view. I could not pin anything as my favorite in PvP, and because I love all of it so much, and I want to try a bunch more of it. Resto Druid in PvP though is like, it's just so much fun. Not only are you super effective and really resilient, and you can kite like a mofo if you really know how to. Just the feeling that you know you're giving to people when you cyclone them 3 times, then you root them because they're warrior, and then you stun them, and then like your partner starts CCing them. That's just like, you know they're mad. And let's be honest, it's kind of why I PvP. I mean, mostly I want to work on myself and improve, and a tiny part of me wants to make other people a little tiny bit mad. So yeah, I would say Shadow Priest is my favorite, but I don't do it in PvP, and that's a whole different kind of game. So yeah, that's an answer. So that has been my week. If any of you have a question that you would like answered on an almost Saturday vlog or an actual Saturday vlog, did I say it was almost Saturday? It's actually Saturday. Just leave them as a comment on the most recent vlog, or like Brittany did, you can send me an email. I'm hazelnuttygames@gmail.com. And yeah, that's it. I hope you all had a fantastic week and a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye!